Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan is making final attempts to save his government. Imran Khan is all set to face a crucial no-confidence vote on Sunday, which will decide his fate. In an interview with RE News, Khan has revealed that the establishment has given him three options. Option 1 is to face no-confidence motion in Parliament. Option 2 is to call for fresh elections. And Option 3 is to resign from his position. Imran Khan has said that the best option for him is to call for early election, as he could never consider resigning. As for the no-confidence vote, Pak Prime Minister says he will fight till the last ball.
एस्टैब्लिशमेंट है, उन्होंने ऑफ़र दी कि जी तीन चीज़ें हैं, या आप अदम एतमाद का वोट चले जाएं, या आप इस्तीफ़ा दे दें, और या इलेक्शन। हमने कहा इलेक्शन सबसे बेहतर तरीका है, इस्तीफ़ा मैं कभी सोच भी नहीं सकता, और अदम एतमाद वोट का मतलब ये कि मैं तो बिलीव करता हूँ कि आखिरी मिनट तक लड़ूंगा।
Meanwhile, Pakistan media has shared a quote by the Pakistan establishment. Reports suggest establishment says it was contacted by Prime Minister's house, which sought help. The three options were laid out on the table during meeting between establishment and Imran Khan. The establishment then went to opposition, and the opposition did not agree with what Imran Khan had proposed. During the meeting, the three options were mutually discussed between the government and the military. However, Imran Khan agreed to the third option. Reports say that military leadership met the opposition to convey the three options which were discussed. It also voiced its intentions not to interfere. The question here is, what is the establishment? Establishment is a terminology that is used to refer to the army and the bureaucracy. Imran Khan also said that there is a threat to life. Khan claimed that those conspiring to topple his government are scared that public will continue to support him. Earlier, Pakistan's Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry had levelled similar claims. He said a plot to assassinate Imran Khan had been reported to security agencies.
आपके ये सबके सामने कह रहा हूँ, मेरी जान को खतरा है, क्योंकि ये वो लोग हैं, ये जो सारे ये जो लोकल ये जो मिले हुए हैं सारे, इनको ये पता है कि इमरान खान चुप करके बैठने नहीं लगा। इनका अगर ख्याल है कि अगर ये पैसे दे के लोगों के ज़मीन ख़रीद के, आपने जो बात की कि 25 अरब रुपया, 15 अरब रुपया यही खर्च करके आपने ख़रीदना है लोगों को और गवर्नमेंट गिरा देनी है, तो इनका क्या ख्याल है कि मैं ये चुप करके ये तमाशा देखूंगा। तो इसलिए मैं ये आज सबके सामने कह रहा हूँ, मेरी जान को भी ख़तरा है। कैरेक्टर असैसिनेशन अलहदा कैंपेन उन्होंने तैयार की हुई है।
We understand that Pakistan media has shared a quote by the Pakistan establishment. Reports suggest establishment says it was contacted by Prime Minister's house, which sought help. The three options were laid out on the table during the meeting between establishment and Imran Khan. The establishment then went to opposition, and the opposition did not agree with what Imran Khan had proposed. Now, during the meeting, the three options were mutually discussed between the government and the military. However, Imran Khan agreed to the third option. Reports say that military leadership met the opposition to convey the three options which were discussed. It also voiced its intentions not to interfere. Now, the question here is, what is the establishment? Now, according to this terminology, it means that, or it is used to refer to the army and the bureaucracy. Imran Khan also said that there is a threat to life. Khan claimed that those conspiring to topple his government are scared that public will continue to support him. Earlier, Pakistan's Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry had levelled similar claims. He said a plot to assassinate Imran Khan had been reported to security agencies. Now, Islamabad is bracing for the crucial no-confidence vote. Ahead of the vote, authorities in Islamabad are sealing ways to red zone. The road has been blocked for activists and even protesters. Joining us live now is WION Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Mallick. Anas Mallick, good to see you. It is D-Day tomorrow in Pakistan Parliament as the no-confidence motion goes for a vote. What's the latest from Islamabad? Do the prospects look good for Imran Khan?
The prospects certainly do not look good, Eric. In the number games, Imran Khan is visibly behind. The government coalition has about 165 members, whereas the opposition alliance has now 177 members, or so they claim. So clearly, the opposition has that magic number of two to oust the Pakistani Prime Minister. But despite that, the twist is that Imran Khan is confident that he's going to ace it, that he's going to have the numbers, and that he's going to pull a rabbit out of his hat by giving a surprise to the opposition in less than 24 hours from now, when the voting happens at the Pakistani Parliament. Now, if I come to you about the security arrangements, the red zone is being sealed as well. There's a lot of statements that have been made back and forth. Access to the parliament will be limited through special passes and through security passes as well. There would be increased deployment. On the political front, we've seen in the past 24 hours or so, we've seen a lot of a barrage of statements, both back and forth from the government side, accusing the opposition, and vice versa. The Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan gave an interview to a local TV channel and said that hinted that the establishment came with a message to him on behalf of the opposition. So implying the notion that the establishment is doing messaging on behalf of the establishment as well, on behalf of the opposition as well. Eric?
Well, I just want to know, what next for Imran Khan? Give us both scenarios, if he loses the vote or succeeds.
Well, what next? That's a $1 million question right now. Some say if he loses the vote, then he can probably opt to sit out in the opposition benches and then take the highway, that is to resign from the opposition benches and take to the streets. The others say that he remains in the opposition and takes to the streets and exerts more and more pressure. That is scenario number one. Scenario number two is that Imran Khan stays in power, which the chances of which are dim, at least at this point, visibly dim, that is, and he stays in power, he wins the no confidence vote, and then he stays until the end of the tenure. So as I said earlier as well, the chances of that are bleak, they're dim, but it's Pakistani politics, and predicting the unpredictable is something that it is known for. So therefore, if the unpredictable happens, or if the unknown happens, then that would be the actual surprise that Imran Khan has been calling for, or what we have been saying, that he is to pull a rabbit out of his hat as well. Eric?
Let's talk about these three options that Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan said he had. Option one is to face no confidence motion in Parliament. Option two is to call for fresh elections. And option three is to resign from his position. He chose option two, to call for fresh elections. What does this mean, and why is there so much opposition about his options?
Well, with regards to these options, knowing Imran Khan and having covered him, resign is not an option, or as in his own words, that surrender is not an option. So he's been known as a cricketer, he's been known as somebody who would fight even till the last ball during his cricketing times, during his sporting career times. Therefore, the same is being applied as well here in the political arena, and that is the reason giving up is not an option for him. That's what he said, he's claimed as well, out in the public, quite out loud. So resign is off the books, is off the table. Then what happens, the second option was that he faces no confidence motion, which he is ready to do that. And the third option was that with regards to early elections, what we have to understand, why early elections? It is a popular movement that Imran Khan has been able to garner, that support, that narrative building, something that he has been known for, that his government is being pulled out through a foreign conspiracy, or being ousted through a foreign conspiracy. Imran Khan has been known for building narratives, and that is the reason, that is one of the reasons that we saw that last Sunday, about 6 days back, that mammoth gathering, despite of the fact that his government had done or had been facing some awfully bad challenges as well, or their moves were widely criticized. So he's banking on this public wave of support, that in case if a fresh election happens and he goes on to play foul or cry foul, that he was ousted through a foreign conspiracy and he becomes a martyr, then that public sentiment or that public wave would largely, he presumes that he'd be coming back in far more numbers, a two-third majority in case an early election happens now, and that is something that's what suits him, at least at this point of time. Eric?
Live from Islamabad, Anas Mallick, thank you very much for your insights today. We'll have to leave it there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.